mean, speaking of that, here we are in 2020, and we're at the aftermath of the George Floyd murder. Now, you yourself, you have six sons?
Six, yes.
Six sons. So you have six black young men that have to step out of their house every day with you as a father wondering if they're going to make it home okay if they get pulled over by the police. How does that make you feel?
Uneasy, uneasy a lot, frightened sometimes, angry. Um, I talk to my older boys and say, hey, thing is, get home safely. If you get pulled over, have your ID, have your registration right there. You don't have to reach for nothing. Turn your music down, show some respect, keep your head up. You don't have to, you know, be, you have to tuck your tail, be a man, but let them know that, hey, I'm here, I'm complying, and here's what you need. And if you keep it simple and get home, we'll work the rest of it out. We'll patch your ego up, we'll lift your spirit back up, we get home safely. And my younger boys, my younger three, I'll just tell them like, hey, everybody's not gonna like you for whatever reason. Sometimes your skin is not welcomed, and sometimes it's not the kids that feel that way. It's older generations who teach it and pass that down. I said, so always feel good about who you are, what you are, and know that you're worthy of greatness and you come from greatness. But dealing with the cops, it's a whole nother thing now. I think it's the new KKK. You get people who feel a certain way, and this is a way to get in. The military, police force, and places where there's power. And this is where we are in 2020. And but people now think even the fact that not just blacks are voicing their opinion and angry and speaking out. I think the whole world has pretty much had enough. But I think if we keep putting pressure, we can get some laws passed to change certain things. And at this moment, I think it should be focused on changing those laws, and pushing those agendas. We don't need basketball coming back. We don't need the NFL coming back. We don't need the National Baseball League. None of that stuff to distract what's going on. I think let's settle this. Let's get it together. And the power that entertainers and athletes have, because it's all about monetary gain and control. So it's time to make a stand now. Do it now.
So, have you yourself had bad experiences with the police?
My friends have, and I've been profiled. I've been driving, minding my business in my lane, and a cop will swerve around and get behind me and go real fast, hit the lights, and then just follow me just to try to see if I'm gonna be feared, and then they'll just pull off and go on somewhere else. Or if you're parked outside in a parking lot, and you just sometimes I just want to be on my phone, answer my texts and my emails, and people will look at you strange. The next thing you know, there's a cop coming around, just kind of slowly driving by you, staring at you, just to try to get you to react a certain way. So I've had that, and then here it is. It's like you don't even know. Like it don't make me better than nobody else, but I'm so far from a killer or dope boy or anything that you may think I may be. Here I am. I'm doing music. I'm traveling the world, and I've been to the White House. I've raised six sons, and none of them has been arrested. So I'm on the other side of the badge that doesn't need aggression. And but they don't know that. They just see you for who they think you should be.
Yeah, yeah. You're just a scruffy black guy.
You know,
that
scruffy. Maybe.
that they're suspicious of and they're potentially scared of.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you put that combination together, you have a bad result a lot of times.
A lot of times, man, which is unfortunate, but we got to change it.
Yeah, I was talking to Earthquake the other day, during
Yeah.
our interview, the comedian, and
I love him.
yeah, now, he's a regular guest these days, and he was literally crying when he was talking about Tamir Rice,
Mm-hmm.
who got killed. He's a 12-year-old little boy with a toy gun, and they just pulled up and just shot him. Why would you assume that a 12-year-old boy would have an actual gun? Why would that be your first assumption?
Yeah.
As an adult?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you assume that a 12-year-old would have a toy gun? But here he is dead.
Yeah.
And I remember on Thug's Mansion, Tupac was talking about that little girl who got shot in the back of the head by the Korean, by the lady Korean store owner.
Yeah.
And I got to see, I was watching a documentary about that, and for the first, because I've always heard that story, but I didn't realize there was footage that, this little black girl gets accused of stealing from this corner store some orange juice or whatever. The Korean woman tries to grab her backpack. The girl responds by punching her. And as she's walking away, this woman shoots her in the back of the head.
Yeah.
I was actually crying. Well, I'm tearing up thinking,
Yeah.
just talking about it now.
It's just orange juice.
It was just orange juice,
And
and
it's a baby.
it goes to court. The jury convicts this woman of second-degree manslaughter. And the judge turns around and gives her probation. Does not sentence her to anything.
Wow.
The jury does its job. They're like, okay, clearly this is a murder. And this judge turns around and says, well, I don't think she's a danger to the community. I think she's learned her lesson. We're just going to give her community service.
Wow.
Not one day in prison. And that was the prequel to the 92 riots.
Yeah.
Because that happened right before the Rodney King beating. And because it was already swelling at that point.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, just seeing this happen, where it's like, oh, okay, clearly this little black girl's life isn't worth nothing.
And that's the way it seems. And I think they've made that so clear that that's how police officers view it. I think it's just target practice, and that's the bad black canvas, the black target. Everything black is bad. The black cat, the target is bad. And when they see us, they don't see us as people. They see us as a target, a black target. And until they can start to feel that we have to make them feel and let them know that we're people. And you kill enough of us, some of you guys are gonna, they're gonna die as well. That's just what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
And that's, so.
Yeah, I support defunding the police. I believe that whole structure needs to be rebuilt.
It definitely needs to be rebuilt. Not having any kind of policing or accountability team could be a little crazy. We got to figure that part out. But I do think that it needs to be rebuilt. Yeah. And I think the training needs to be a lot longer.
Yeah, it's 5 months.
Ugh.
And a high school diploma.
Yeah, you can fake that. I mean, come on. I know people who have 5 months of free time and a diploma, and they are not worthy of a badge and gun.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's strike one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony Hamilton, just an incredible body of work.
Thank you.
I'm looking through Spotify, and Charlene is at 32 million views. Best of Me is at 27 million views. And you have to keep in mind, point of it all, 19 million, Coming From Where I'm From, 12 million, Can't Let Go, 10 million. And keep in mind that these are songs that were released before the streaming era.
Wow.
So you don't even get that. These don't include first week numbers and everything else like that. The fact that hundreds of millions of people have listened to your songs when they're already old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Years after their release, a decade after their release, really just goes to show that you've created timeless music, man.
Wow.
That's truly an honor.
Thank you, man.
To speak to you today.
Same here, man. Make sure you check out the new one, Back Together, featuring Rick James.
Yeah. And, I wanted to wait until the end of the interview.
Oh, I thought we was going. I know.
No, we're still going, but this is actually a take 2 of our original interview.
Man,
because our first interview, we find out afterwards that the volume was never turned on. So we actually did an entire interview.
Yeah.
That had to be scrapped. So this is take 2.
You know what? I like this outfit better anyway. So it's know. But yeah, man, it's still good. But it feels like the first one. So it feels good.
It does. Yeah. It does, man. I actually like this one better.
Me too, actually.
So you guys actually got a 2.0 of Anthony Hamilton and Vlad. Man, listen, all the best for you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Vlad. And man, congratulations on you've been at it a long time, man, and well respected. And thank you for the platform and the time and everything. So I appreciate it.
That's what it is, man. Until next time.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.